and they're searching. They're going in to clear the building of the enemy.
Yes, they would go ahead and we'd clear a building with them. So we would release, and they would go ahead and go into the building, and they would search out the building for us.
Wow.
The explosives, the enemy, anything that might be in there.
So how long is training for something like that?
Usually they're trained anywhere from 18 months to 2 years.
Wow.
Okay. And are they strictly at the training facility during that time, or do they come home, or?
No, they're strictly there.
Strictly there. Man, that's
and like Bonnie started when she was 7 weeks.
Started training for search and rescue work.
Yes, straight training 7 weeks. That's when she starts training. You start training them first. You teach them their basic obedience.
Okay.
And then in them first 3 to 6 weeks, you'll tell if they have it or not, whether they're going to be a good search and rescue dog or not. You can tell within the first 3 to 6 weeks.
So what percentage would you say of dogs are actually in that position that they can make it to the next level?
Probably about 21 to 26%.
That's pretty low. This is Bonnie, the dog we were just talking about, guys. Can you see this?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So here's you and
on the next one, as you can see.
That there was actually in Wekiva State Park.
Mm-hmm.
That track there that was a track that went on for 2.5 miles.
And what was she tracking?
She was tracking a lady that had been missing. And there was a parking area 2.5 miles out that way. So we followed all the way in. And if anybody's ever been to Wekiva State Park, there's a bunch of trails, there's a bunch of things. Well, her mother, the sheriff's department, everybody had been looking for her. They had everybody out there. And somebody had a video, and we had Bonnie out there, Delta out there, Mia out there, and Jennifer I can't remember what Jennifer's dog is, forgive me. And we had 4 of our dogs out there. Bonnie and Mia and Delta, we all split up and went different ways, different tracks, different trails, everything. So Bonnie had followed that track for 2.5, 3 hours, 4 hours. And we they had different places. You had Canoe Creek, you had different places, names of them. Well, as we went down in the creek, she actually went into the creek, and we located where she had stood, where her shoes got lost. And then that showed a video of her actually walking down that creek. So then as we spent another day there with her family, and we had a group called Royal Lao, which was another group that helped us. The next day we went, there was a guy that just kept showing up. He kept showing up all different places. So he was a little suspicious on why he kept showing up. He would show up where we had a handler, and he would say, "Hey, she wasn't over here, she was over there. Why are you guys looking over here?" So on the second or third day we went out, I got the sheriff's detective. I said, "Hey, I'm going to get the mother to bring a fresh scent item of the girl that's missing. I need you to distract the man and take him away from the vehicle, and I'm going to put Bonnie on it and see if she goes to the vehicle." So he took the guy over there talking, the other sheriff detectives with me. We put Bonnie on the vehicle off the scent. She went right into the vehicle. We actually found part of her purse. A couple of her items were under the seat of that truck. And still to this day, I don't know if they had found her, but he was the one that they found her stuff in his vehicle. And they tied him to people that were missing out on the Appalachian Trail.
Wow. That's an amazing story, bro. Like, I think when we were texting, I was talking to you about this, man. I that's what I said,
right.
Bro. Like, that's got to be a heck of a thing when you're seeing hurting people, and the outcome is not always going to be good. So tell us about a good one. Tell us about a good one.
A good one are usually, we found an autistic child that was missing. Mm-hmm. And with the autistic child, there's a lot of questions. People just don't, I think they just think you show up with your dog and you say, "Hey, go find it." And you don't. You have to speak with the people. You have to find out family background. You have to find out the person's background, the child's background. If he's autistic, is he, totally mute autistic? Does he speak? Does he not speak? What does he do? has he come up missing before? Everything like that. 9 times out of 10, an autistic child, if you take an autistic child and let's say you go up to the house, you get a map. 9 times out of 10, you look at the water. Autistic children are drawn to water because of the reflection and the movement of the water.
Oh,
And 9 times out of 10, when you find an autistic child, they'll be in water.
hopefully alive. Wow,
Right. And a lot of them are. And the last
cool.
one we found, yes, he was alive. He was just about waist deep in the water. And he was just like hanging out. He just, and he didn't really talk. And that's where Ottawa, which is called American Working Dog Association,
That's what I was going.
which
Okay.
is what these dogs are trained and they're certified by.
Okay.
And they have to get certified each year. Okay. They change the rules all the time. Like, you might find the person one year and the dog's supposed to bark. The next time the dog's not supposed to bark, the dog's supposed to come back and tell you, and it's a different change. Okay. Mine will not bark because a little child, an autistic child, you take a German Shepherd and it's barking at them, they're going to get scared.
Truth.
Okay. But you take Bonnie, you've seen her. You take Bonnie and Bonnie lays down there and just sits with her, with the child. The child says, "Hey, this is cool. I'm going to play with the dog."
Yeah.
Okay. And usually when I do my searches, our dogs are on 30-foot leads. So they're not running loose. They're not chasing or anything like that.
So,
And then go ahead.
Tell me about a little bit about the process. So you get certified, and then
Right.
and so we say
And
about
to do
20.
right. In the certification, what they do is they take 3 different scents and 3 different people. It's a 14-mile course. And they set 3 different people with 3 different scents out in this course. It can be urban, it can be city, it can be forest. Okay. They give your dog 1 scent. You have 2.5 hours to find that 1 scent. If they sent to the other person or the wrong article, you fail. You just spent $300 and you failed.
Wow. So
Bonnie did it in 2 hours and 14 minutes, which actually had the FEMA record last year.
All right.
Delta did it in 2 hours and 15 minutes, which was second.
So you're entered into a registry, and then when things again,
Yes.
like a FEMA rescue, something comes up, they
Right.
contact you, or an Amber Alert goes out. How does that work? What's the process?
That works well. A lot of times you got to work behind the police department.
Okay.
We, like, in case of a natural disaster, FEMA can contact us, Homeland can contact us. But a lot of times it worked late when, regular people, residents contact us because they go through the police and the police bring their dog and they don't like us bringing our dogs out and showing their dogs up.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we don't, and we try to work with them.